everybody, one of ways me, it's just a little bit before midnight, Tuesday, April 7th, 2015. We've got Echo here, went and got her a little bit more cash, checked in on a couple other Skylanders in the process. And what I have decided to do, I think Bubble Up looks like a pretty cool path, and Burst My Bubble could turn out to be fantastic, but there's kind of some contradictory information in there, because the strategy guide is saying that the bubbles linger and they don't hone in on enemies, and that's not what I see here. Well, that's a bad example. But usually, I guess if you're in range or something, it kind of like drives them in, or it had been. There we go, that's a better example. I shoot it that way and it like comes back to the enemy. I don't really consider that lingering. I consider like bat spins bats in their box stock state to linger. They're just kind of there. And sometimes they might hit an enemy and bite them if they're so inclined, but most of the time they don't. And because of that, I see myself as kind of like a sunburn situation, you know? You've got immolation teleportation, and then you've got like, Fire Lord or something. So I'm kind of thinking I would enjoy being able to do this, although she does that for quite some time. But essentially she will stop, she times out. But that sing-along path also includes ultrasound, which upgrades the tertiary attack, which I like, and it's pretty powerful as is. So I'm kind of inclined to take Bubble Up now, hope that it's cool, but not quite as cool as Sing-Along that I will take after we reset her. So I'm thinking, unless this top path sucks, which I don't think it's going to, I'm thinking she's somebody it would probably be smart to have two of. But we're going to go ahead and right here, pointless cutscene, but we're going to take Bubble Up, improve the Bubble Bomb attacks, and then I will reset her and we will take her down Sing-Along to improve the Siren Scream attacks. Siren Scream attacks, the Sing-Along path I should say. It looks like you get never-ending Siren Scream, then there's like an after attack if you do ever decide to end it, and then it's an upgrade to the tertiary. Bubble Up, it looks like we get, and I'm kind of interested in this, it's kind of like an armor type thing, not giving me plus 40, but kind of giving you armor. My fear is if I'm in the bubble and I start to use the Siren Scream, does it pop it? And if it does, I don't know how I feel about that. If I can stay in there and it, you know, I can shoot, then I'll probably want to reset her and take that path. But Power Pop upgrades that, and then Burst My Bubble. That one's kind of the wild card here. But we're going to take Bubble Up right now. I think it's going to be pretty good. But I hope that I like Sing-Along better. Because otherwise I'll have to reset her again. And I don't want to do that. So we're going to get started here with Bubble Shield. Hold B to protect yourself in a bubble that absorbs damage until it pops. The price is $11.91. We'll go ahead and pick that up. I don't know that we can showcase it here, because it's not going to absorb damage. There's nothing to damage us, but I can press B and we can have our, 4 bubbles active at a time. Okay, I just counted to 30. If you wondered where I went, I was in counting land. And I counted to 30. Anytime we get past 30, I kind of deem the thing to just be pretty much non-ending. Now the question I have is, can I move? I'm still holding B. You can move. Do we deal damage? No. There was one time, like maybe 3 seconds or so after we entered the bubble, there was like a thing that happened, and I think that looked like it would have done damage. That's pretty cool. I'm still holding down B. I'm going to try... Oh, you can shoot from the bubble. They totally need to disclose this information. Now, I don't know if I let go of B, if it's gonna, like, keep me in the bubble, you know? Let's find out. Yes, it does. What? Why do they not, Who writes these strategy guides? I mean, that's stuff you need to know. If you buy it, I'd understand not having a strategy guide and taking this path and figuring it out. But when you purchase the strategy guide, you do so to save yourself time and learn more and this is all valuable information that yet again is not presented. I don't think it's going to time out either, so apparently you don't even have to hold B down. Let's see if we can still shoot. We can. That's just cruel. Very cruel the way we're learning all these things. Now, obviously, I'm guessing if we were taking damage, it would pop the bubble eventually. How much damage will it take? I do. No, let's see if we can do our tertiary attack within the bubble. No, that will bust it. So, let's see how long you have to hold it down. 2 seconds. And then there was like a shield that came last time. That thing right there. Does that happen anytime you touch a bubble? Oh, and you can even shoot bubbles out too. What? Does that like renew the shield or something? Again, why is this information not in the strategy guide? I guess maybe it's as big as it can get because we're not doing anything with these bubbles now. Quigley, you are in my way, child. Man, it's just really disappointing that they don't tell you these things. Like, I assumed you enter this bubble and you're just like a sitting duck, and as soon as I shoot the siren scream, it pops the bubble, or as soon as I shoot that, it pops the bubble. I assumed, like, the tertiary attack pops the bubble. I assumed anytime we did any other attack, it would pop the bubble and we'd just be, like, stationary, and it wasn't going to regen health, and so that made me wonder about things. But that's pretty cool. Let's get right up close to this and see if we can register damage when it kind of gets bigger. It may be tied to popping a bubble that it does that. It seems like it would have done it by now. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so let's go to chapter 2. See what we can figure out. I can't believe that. Why is that information not included in anything? Bubble shield, hold 2 seconds.
Next up,
Lasts forever.
Know-it-all Island. Supposedly you could ask these stoneheads anything.
Unless
like maybe where
damaged.
Buzz is.
Alright, so we're gonna come in here. The goal is to take damage this time. We rarely have that, and that's what we're doing here. Alright.
Now just use that
Characters
sucker
always
to open
seem
the window.
slower in this chapter than they do at the academy.
Well,
I don't
how's
know why.
about- course
So
that
she's at
means
270.
crossing another
Let's go ahead and
enemy
get
pit,
hit
but
by a
hey,
buzzer beak.
It ought to be easy sneezy, right?
Attack me, you fool. Okay, finally. So they're doing 15 to 16. I want to spit that bubble far away. Oh. This is gonna... Oh, come on
Wake in
now.
my wake.
Stupid buzzer beaks. They're like a worthless enemy. They're like worse than chompies, I've about determined. I like them, but they took an eternity to attack me. So now I gotta go all the way through here again, which is not that bad, but still. But again, it looks like even in a chapter, I guess this thing will just last indefinitely, as it's not taking any damage. Because the bubbles killed it. It's like an omen, I feel like. You should have taken this path. You know. Alright. So we got some decent enemy in here. One decent enemy.
Skylanders of the
Let's see
air
what he's
element
going
are
to do.
stronger in this zone.
8. Wow, I think he usually does at least double. 9. Okay, so it didn't, I don't know how much it took, but you get the idea. Let's get hit by him again. We know he was doing 8 to 9. Oh, she blocked it. Okay, wow, so 29, so roughly a third, maybe? Yeah, so I'd say like 66% damage reduction. Okay, now let's see. Don't hit me. I have a muzzle to this. Alright, let's see if we can actually see how much damage this thing will take, roughly. Hope that doesn't kill him. 8, 16, 24, so basically 24, maybe it's less than that, I don't know. And then I reckon the savage.
Looks like this.
Alright, so let's get this documented. Hold 2 seconds, lasts forever with no damage, roughly 24 to burst. That's the way I see it. I don't know if it's right, but that's what we're putting in the spreadsheet. And we will head back to the academy here, because we can't go to Persephone, because the gate's shut. Interesting stuff. Well, we're not going to a chapter. Alright, back to the academy. Man, I can't, I'm still mad that, you know, I honestly thought that the bubble would pop if we used Siren Scream, or shot another bubble out, you know. And you don't even have to hold B but for 2 seconds, and you can let go of B. So, that's cool, it's just I'm mad because I might have taken this path that I have known that ahead of time. That said, next up is Power Pop. All bubble bombs do maximum damage at an increased range. So that should be cool. 1541s with the price with our 15-wing sapphires. Where we left off, they were doing, what, 56 to 84, I believe. So let's see what they do. Oh, 80. That's nice. Pretty solid. So you can have 4 of them active. They'll do 80 to 120. We actually saw 120 there, so this is looking like a great path. You know. Let's see here. Shoot that one out. There it is. Let's see how many you can pick up. 3, 4. Looks like you can pick up 4 bugs, which again I assume would increase the lifespan or the hit count you can take. Again, if you want to go in and see, okay, this, you know, standalone, no bubble shield can take 24 damage. If I come in and I have 1 bubble I've collected, it takes 30. If I have 2, it takes 36. It must go up by 6, and then you confirm that. Feel free to do that. I don't want to make like hour-long videos here. I'm trying to just make something quick, kind of showcase the path, and highlight attack damage, and kind of let you see, okay, I got Echo, which path do I want to take? And then by you watching this video, you learn from my mistakes when they happen. Which I do all of this blind, especially with the strategy guide not really providing accurate information 99% of the time. You can avoid having to reset your character. You know, you can just kind of be like, oh, that path's cool. Oh, that path's cooler. And I'm going to go that way. So,
Ready for another?
alright. You can probably pick that up from the attack damage spreadsheet, actually, but then you could, you know, go about it the other way. So, Burst My Bubble is the final upgrade down, bubble up. While in a bubble shield, press Y to make 6 feet of bubble tape. Explode and damage nearby enemies. Price is $21.01. We'll go ahead and pick that up. This is crazy. Okay, so obviously here, previously when we pressed the Y button, which is our slam attack, we got into a situation where the bubble would just break. You can shoot your primary, you can do your secondary. I guess we should take a look at the range on those things. It's hard to tell there. But anyway, let's actually... You can't jump, you just can't do the tertiaries. Let's see what it looks like. So it just blows up. That's cool. Let's do no charged bubbles. We're gonna let that thing hone in on the enemy. Or the dummy.
Oh yeah!
Oh, dang it. Okay, I go bragging about the range those have.
Yeah!
Okay, so let's push that. No, we can't. Let's push that. There we go. Okay, so it's out of our way. We have no bubbles. We're just gonna slam and see what we do. Let's scoot up a little closer. So 140. That's what that's gonna do. So 140 to 210. That's
Then
not
press the
bad,
tag button again
but
to
I
return
thought it
to
would be
playing
more
as your
because
Skylander.
140 to 210 matches what we had with Sonic Slam. So this is a great path if you want to get defensive. And basically, you just want to have this active. Again, you can probably pick those up and do, you know, grant yourself additional time or damage in the bubble. You can shoot your Siren Scream attack from it just fine, which again, I wish I knew this prior to selecting the path, you know, because that's awesome. You can shoot the bubbles through it just fine, and now when you do the tertiary attack, where it used to just end this, we've got 4 bubbles here, and we still do 140, so that does not charge that up. That said, there's still one more thing to check out.
Another magical upgrade?
It is her soul gem. Call of the Siren. Use Siren Scream on a bubble bomb to put enemies in a painful trance. So it doesn't seem like it picks them up. It looks like the chompies are just like mesmerized or something. So 2801 is the price. Let's grab that. We're probably going to have to head off to Chapter 2 for this.
Turn it up! Sonar strike!
Alright. Let's make sure. Yeah, it's still 140 as well. Oh, that was 2 times on the Aftershock there. I haven't seen that before. I'll take it. But anyway, what we need to do now, apparently, is get a bubble bomb out here. And Siren Scream. Can we make it bigger each time? No. I wish Quigley would just be our... Well, he is kind of our special. That was 180, so that was interesting. Alright, so let's take a look. If we shoot that, it automatically goes there. Actually, that was shot too, and it's not near as big.
Press the tag button to play as your captured enemy.
Let's see if this
Then
does
press the tag
damage
button
when it
again
goes
to
in.
return to playing as your Skylander.
So it won't blow up while it's in the soul gem state. 120 to 180. Okay, so we've determined that mystery. Call of the Siren. Siren Scream bubbles. Da-na-na-na. And then you will have Siren Scream bubbles equals enemy trance. And then 120 to 180. Explosion. It was 120 to 180, wasn't it? I guess we have to do it. Alright, so let's push that in place. And you can just imagine, I guess, enemies are just captivated by that or something, like a Meloretta type deal. Yeah, 120 to 180, so off to Chapter 2. And we will see what this looks like in the trance state. So hopefully the bubble doesn't kill all the buzzer beaks this time, and we can just, you know, see if it... I don't know if it's going to put them in a trance, or if it's going to, like, you know, trance them out and do
First order
damage.
of business? How about we unlock that door over there?
How about you quit telling me what to do, Buzz? I
Now,
think I've got
just
this
use
part
that
now.
sucker to open the big door.
Alright,
That's
so...
the ticket. Well, how's about... Of course, that
I'm gonna
means
shoot
crossing
this.
another enemy pit. But hey!
There it is, that's the trance bubble.
Easy,
I'm just going to
right?
push it down here. And lose. Seems like it's, so it's going to do 40 to 60 overtime, I'm guessing. Let's get to the tougher enemy.
Bubble up!
And yes, I know we could break the Traptanium, but Echo is not a Trap Master. And quite frankly, I don't feel like standing up and getting a Trap Master to do that, so we're not going to. We're just going to pretend this is just as efficient. In reality, it might be, I don't know. What's sad is Tussle Sprout like jumps right down and gets into action. If you kind of like lay off a little bit, we could sort of research it with the Vine guys and then with him, and kind of have like 2 instances going. So we got one good enemy here. Check it. Okay, I guess we. All right, so we got the trance bomb here. We're gonna go into the disco.
Skylanders of the air element are
Rock this
stronger
way.
in this zone.
All right. What do we got? Whoa. Okay, now I know the bubbles just basically...
Oh yeah!
Oops. Whoa, where did those 233s come from? Interesting developments. Is it nuts? Maybe it's proportional then to the number.
Holy guacamole! Welcome, Padre. Neither are we. This is another case where a bomb could really come in handy.
I'm gonna get this
That's
thing.
some quality demolition there, amigo.
So, will it have a trance? 40. There's a good idea of what the trance looks like. That's the first time I've actually been able to say that. Let's do in 40. I did 120, the 40 there. Where is the bubble? Okay, I need to keep these guys around as much as possible. Okay, so 40. Can we put him in a trance or not? I can't get past those bones. Yes.
Quicken my weight.
Okay. So, let's, I don't know, we might have to go to a Doom challenge. Actually, Cuckoo Clocker would be great for this. Alright, let me get that documented. Siren Scream Bubbles equals enemy trance, 40 to 60, and then 120 to 180 explosion. But, there's always buts. I'm thinking that maybe if you have multiple bubbles going, because I don't know where those like 233s were coming from. Let's just hop into this one. See how things go. Now, if we get hit, we're pretty well dead here. But I'm not concerned about that. Yakety yak yak yak. How much time have we invested in this video? 22 minutes more than I wanted to. I wanted this for about 15 minutes. Most of it has been just me disgusted that you could actually shoot Siren Scream out of the bubble and not break it. Makes no sense to me, but
Only a trap master can destroy the crystals that are blocking the tower base.
Build phase.
But we don't care. We don't need no stinking towers. We just need some enemies out here. I thought this would be faster than going into wave 1.
Oh, you may have thought there were no
Oh,
traps
come
in
on,
this
Chaos. Why can you not skip these cutscenes?
horribly wrong.
Why?
Wave. Start.
All I want to do.
Coming through loud and clear. It will be your unimaginable doom.
You know, it's pretty impressive, the duration.
The mystery box of doom is under attack. Hurry, Skylander!
So it does that true. Okay.
The mystery box of doom is under attack. Hurry, Skylander!
Let's see if we can captivate him. Well, it's hitting us instead. Now, we've collected the maximum of 4 here. So let's have this thing hit us. Scrap shooter. And he might kill me, I don't know. I just want to see what happens when this thing detonates. Gotta stay close to him. Oh, dang you, scrap shooter. Okay, Cuckoo Clocker would be better. Screw you, scrap shooter. We've got Cuckoo Clockers to get to. Oh, don't kill Cuckoo
The
Clocker.
evil
Okay.
creature
Let's run
has
over
been
here
defeated.
and set this thing up. So we got 3. Okay, so we've got our 4 here. Let's see what happens. Oh wow, that really cuts the damage down. 313. Suck on that, Cuckoo Clocker. So we've determined what that one is. That seems to be proportional to the number of bubbles. So let's do 2 bubbles here. Well, Okay, so there's one, there's two. So when he hopefully doesn't kill us, depend how this goes. But we saw 313 max. I missed the number there.
Foolish Skylander fool! This is too easy! Right on!
So here's 2. Let's do 3. So he's got to weaken us, and he very well may kill us, but I could really kill us. 313 again.
Wave complete.
Okay, well,
Quicken
you
my
learned something.
wake!
A
120 to
Skylander from
180
the fire
explosion.
element is required to activate this tower.
313 to question, what would that be? Half of 313, that's something you don't do often, is it? That would be 156.5, which would be 156. 313 and 156, 469, I think. Could theoretically be our critical hit. With extra bubbles. But that would technically be burst my bubble, wouldn't it? Use Siren Scream on a bubble bomb to put enemies.
A Skylander from the
Okay.
fire element
So
is
yeah,
required to
let
activate
me
this tower.
crop this out. Okay. So burst my bubble, 140 to 210. And then 313 to 469. Siren Scream will be enemy trans 40 to 60, 120 to 180 explosion. Alright. So we're done here. And I'm gonna reset her sadly. This seems like a great path. Very defensive. The shield actually does really well at reducing enemy damage. You got to see that a little bit here, but we will reset her. I'll get her base upgrades back, and then we're going to check out Sing Along and hope that I wind up liking it better or just as well as Bubble Up. Bubble Up, if you've already taken that path, looks like a great path to me, so Echo, very impressive thus far. But, we're going to go in, we will check out Sing Along. I think it'll be a little easier to document, so stay tuned for that.